an outrageous field of over 5,600. Bingo! But after endless days of thrilling wins, come on, baby! And agonizing heartbreaks. Only 58 players remain.
I'm a contender, buddy.
Tonight, just 27 will make it to Binion's, the place where it all began, for a shot at the $7.5 million top prize. And some big names are left in the field, continuing their impressive runs.
With over 5,400 players gone, and it's still a long shot for me to win.
But talented newcomers are still opening a lot of eyes.
Why couldn't I be the next Greg Raymer, the next Chris Moneymaker? I believe.
I'm just trying to tell them the kiddie game is down the street.
The race to Binion's is on. Whoa! Welcome to the main event of the World Series of Poker, presented by Milwaukee's Best Light. It's our last night at the Rio before the move to Binion's. 58 players remain, including some of the biggest hitters in the game, like the powerful Bill Ivey, who begins the day fifth in chips with over $2 million. And Mike Matusow playing some of the best poker of his life in second place with $2.5 million. There are also some names out there you will learn soon enough, like current chip leader Tim Phan, and the lone female left in the field, Tiffany Williamson, who also was among the top 10 as we see on the degree chip count. They've all outlasted over 5,500 players, and by the end of the day, only 27 will make it to Binion's. Hello, everybody. Along with Norman Chad, I'm Lon McCarran. We have called Dan Harrington's back-to-back runs to the main event final table perhaps the greatest accomplishment in the history of the World Series. He did navigate his way through what were then the two largest fields ever. Well, one man may have already surpassed that feat.
For someone who's supposed to be a fluke, Lon, Greg Raymer's not playing the part well. Of course, he won it all against last year's monster field, and now this year against the latest largest tournament in poker history. He's already survived more than 95% of the field. Fluke? Guess what? Fossilman has shown where you can stick your fluke.
There is Greg Raymer, Fossilman defending his title better than most world champions before him. Oh, look who's here, Mr. Phil Hellmuth.
How you doing, Greg?
Howdy, Phil.
Pretty impressive, Greg. Pretty impressive. We got the whole poker world talking, baby.
Thank you.
If you can make the final table, it'll be one heck of a feat. Play good, Greg. I'm impressed. Good luck, guys.
Thanks, Phil.
Thank you.
Does Phil Hellmuth always find the camera, or do we always find him?
8 players at our featured table. Blinds at 8,000 and 16,000. There is Tom Sartori on the Milwaukee's Best Light pocket cam. Couple of 9s. He's a top-notch musician from Buffalo. Just learned to play Hold'em 10 months ago, and here he is. Wow.
He likes poker so much that he takes a poker table with him on the road when he's touring with his band.
Sartori calls the big blind. The average stack right now is 969,000. Raymer has just over 800. With pocket queens, he raises to 60,000. There's Radu Bhutan, born in Romania, lives in Ontario, Canada. He's got ace queen.
Today is his birthday, so he's my wild card long shot.
Next in line is Raymer Shaikhan. His friends call him Shawn or Sheik. He folds. Michael Kessler wins the shirt of the day. He folds. Sartori's got a raise to him. It'll cost him 44,000 more.
A call.
And he makes the call.
Did you say call or all in?
I said call.
Okay. I just heard the all part. I didn't hear the C or the in, so I had no idea which it was.
I'll tell you after the flop.
3 players to our flop. Raymer with the advantage right now. And the flop is 6-4-3. Fossilman's pocket queens are still best. Sartori first to act. Check. The aggressive world champion is going to bet. 150,000.
Watch and learn, Lon. See how he flicks his cards away one at a time? That's style.
Bhutan does fold his ace-queen. Now Sartori.
One day, the cards will change when you look at them again. It'll be a new TV show.
That would be a new poker game. We might want to work on that. He will make the call. And a king on the turn. No help to Sartori, who's way behind.
Sartori checks again to Fossilman.
Fossilman checks back. We'll go to the river. It's a 7 of hearts. Raymer earns the check mark. He can only lose if he folds. Sartori checks.
Raymer might be worried about those 3 hearts right now, or even the king on the board.
No bet for Raymer. He checks also. Sartori turns over his 9s. The defending champion wins the first pot.
Oh, frozen twice. Straight card, the heart, the king. Thank you!
Nice hand.
I didn't get that miracle Queen 9 flop, you know. Queen 9 ace flop, maybe.
Oh yeah, I had ace queen. Yeah.
You had ace queen?
Yeah.
Oh, ace queen 9 was a hell of a flop.
Oh yeah.
Oh, I get to triple up.
You heard Fossil Man's fans cheering a moment ago. I'm sure the world champion appreciates that support.
And there is the Phil Ivey fan club. Say what you will about the Humphreys, but I doubt you'll ever see him start the wave.
They've had quite an extended stay in Vegas this time around, as Phil Ivey has again gone very deep in the main event. Another guy who carries his fan club around with him is Bernard Lee from Massachusetts. Always has pictures of his kids.
I'm meant to be.
Bernard is a first-timer here at the World Series of Poker, playing against another first-timer, Bart Rice. Bernard always keeps those pictures close. Now the flop's going to come out. And Bernard Lee flops the third king. Of course, he's one intense character. Bart Rice trailing in the hand now.
Boy, that is one focused senior marketing man.
Turn card is a 3. Rice is now drawing dead. Bernard Lee still ticketed to Binions unless he jumps off the bus later on here.
I like Bernard Lee's style. Very, very quiet celebrations.
There's a lot of commotion at another table where two players are all in. Andrew Black is the short stack with ace-king. Hung Law is all in with ace-queen. Would be knocked out if he loses to Terry Burt, who holds king-queen. Black leads after the flop. Now the turn card. 5 of hearts. Black still good.
Black with ace-high. King-kicker is holding up. If he can avoid a queen on the river, he will triple up, but a queen would knock him out.
Now Black trying to survive here in this main event. The river card, it's a 6, and he does just that.
Yes!
Andrew Black wins
Yes!
big. Ireland! Hung Law loses to Black, and he's down to his final few chips.
Treble up, baby, and no pair, no
There's
pair.
another way to celebrate. A tickerless ticker tape parade.
No pair,
That's
treble up.
one relieved Irishman.
Who needs pairs?
The 2005 World Series of Poker is presented by Milwaukee's Best Light, brewed for a man's taste, Miller Brewing Company, and in part by Toyota. Choose any direction as long as it's forward. Toyota, moving forward. Levitra, ask your doctor about it today. Levitra, when it counts. And Harris Entertainment, home of the world's richest poker tournament. The World Series of Poker presented by Milwaukee's Best Light, the main event.
Welcome back to the Rio. 54 very fortunate players remain in the main event.
I just can't even believe we're here with these guys.
Isn't it cool?
This is surreal.
This is absolutely awesome.
Michael Kessler and Tom
It really
Sartori savoring the moment.
You know the best thing about it is with my kids right now, I'm like a rock star. Seriously. My son logged down to the internet yesterday and saw my picture on the website, on the World Series of Poker website. On the front, the first picture that pops up just happened to be a picture of me playing in it. And he goes, Dad, you're on because you're a star.
You see and hear these guys, Lon, first time here. You realize what a great event this is. Anyone can enter. Anyone can win. There's nothing like it. Another first-timer right here.
James Butt, former hockey player, pocket queens.
And all 3 of these guys sitting next to the world champion,
Yeah.
who was pretty much like them last year. He was one of the hunters, and this year he's one of the hunted.
Jack 3 of spades goes into the muck. Pocket 6s of Patrick Hayden, Brooklyn firefighter. Also in his first World Series of Poker, he makes the call. Shawn Sheikhan, pocket aces. Everyone who bet before him is in trouble.
A lot of pocket pairs so far.
I raise.
Sheikhan announces a raise.
Good job, Greg. No loose calls. It cost you 80,000 there.
Black chips are worth 10,000. The blue ones, 5, and that's a total of 300,000 more. Kessler goes away. Tom Sartori, pocket 10s.
Sartori does look like the lead singer in the band, Lon, and I don't think he knows what to do with pocket 10s. Right here, I'd get rid of him with the action in front of him. He's going to do it. Smart play. 2 raises in front of him. Somebody had him beat.
Call.
Back to James Butt, who makes the call with his queens. Hayden in with his 6s. out with his sixes now, so heads up, Sheikhan and Butt to the flop. It comes out, 5, 10, 4, Sartori, what a flop to set.
I think he should have stayed in.
Now Butt to act.
All in.
I call.
Call.
James Butt with his queens.
Call.
I called you.
It's cool.
He is all in.
And that immediate call was bad news for James Butt.
James Butt started this hand with over 800,000 chips. Now they are all at risk.
He just gets caught in a really bad spot. Sartori
He's
upset
so
that
hurt.
he'd have the set of tens and he'd be in command of the hand.
Give it up. All right, now Butt with his tournament life at stake. On the turn card is a king. That's close, but Butt doesn't need that.
Close doesn't count except in whatever. And here, Butt's gonna need a queen or he's going home.
It's a 3. James Butt has been eliminated. Shawn Sheikhan takes a nice pot. But James Butt is gone, will not make the venture over to Binion's 54th place, $174,000.
Nice bet, man. I'd have flopped my set.
Sheikhan won the hand, but Sartori could have been the one adding those chips to his bank. He may be new to big-time poker, but Tom Sartori does not shy away from the pressure. He knows a thing or two about being in the spotlight.
I'm a singer-songwriter, and I spend most of my time touring with my band all over the country, and that's my first love, the music and my family, and poker's third or fourth down the list. The thing I really love about music is I love writing songs and telling stories. It's a great way for me to express a lot of my thoughts. Performing live is exhilarating. Things have been going well. We have a new CD coming out we're real excited about. Our fan base has been growing, and we've been having just a great time meeting a lot of great people and making a lot of friends. About a month ago, I wrote a song called You're Still Standing, and the lyrics are, no one ever thought you'd make it this far, but you're still standing. Yes! It's kind of ironic that 5,600 people later that I'm still here. But I don't know if I'm cut out for this game. It's an emotional roller coaster ride. It's definitely exciting, but I don't plan on making any career changes right now.
He's a rock star, he's good looking, he's got groupies, he wears shades. I positively hate him.
Derek Dix has shades too. He's got the fossil man look going, though I think he'd rather play like the world champion.
Being priced in the call here or having to turn over this hand?
Mike Matusow doing some math. Dix has moved all in with his ace-jack of spades. Matusow, king 8, noodling his next move.
Could be 3 to, I'm pretty sure I'm 3-1 dog. The pot's laying me less than 2-1.
He's crunching the numbers.
Mike's brother, Scott, his mom, Gloria, looking on nearby.
You guys good?
Mike makes the call. Dix is all in.
131. Do I have to turn it over? I know who the favorite is. I don't know. I think this hand is.
Don't show me 7-3. We just talked about it. That's not so bad.
You're not in bad shape at all.
Really?
Not at all.
As usual, the mouth had the right idea math-wise.
Hey, like 3-2 getting over 2-1 on my money. This is even better.
Mike Matusow lives here in Las Vegas. He's got 2 World Series bracelets to his name already. He wants the main event badly.
I'm way behind.
Flop comes out, and yeah, he's still way behind. Turn card is a jack.
I'm in big trouble.
He does really good self-analysis, at least at the poker table.
I'm stone dead.
Almost.
He will need a king to knock out Dix on the river.
River card. There it is.
I'm a superstar.
Derek Dix is gone in 51st place.
You're a sicko. Poker, it's all skill. Start with the worst 10 and go uphill.
It rhymes.
Mike's mom is over there clenching her teeth and saying, I wish Mikey would have stayed with the music lessons. Back over to our featured table, and a familiar face, a familiar voice of Joe Stillman has joined us.
He came to Vegas for a bowling tournament and ended up in the main event. Stuff happens.
Action over to Michael Kessler from Spotsylvania, Virginia in his first World Series.
Raise.
I'm gonna have to send most of you guys to Big Stack School so you can learn how to physically manage your chips.
Yeah, I'm gonna have a problem. I've never had this many chips, so.
Well, you have the most experience, actually.
That's right.
You're the only person who had 26 million chips in front of you so far. give me one big chip. Give me like one $25 million chip.
Not a bad idea, the way the World Series is growing these days. Maybe a chip that size will be in play.
Raise.
Pocket deuces, he's raising. And a worried look on Kessler's face.
130 more.
130,000 on deuces. Wow, what a move. Now to Carlo Lopez.
Oh, you're doing magic. Yeah, baby.
He is a magician.
Good plan.
If he was a good one, there'd be aces under there.
He made those look like decent cards, but not decent enough.
Queen 10 suited into the muck.
Call.
Kessler's going to make the big call.
I don't know if this Washington Bullets jersey is the best look for Joe Stillman.
The flop is 7 ace queen. Kessler finds an ace and grabs the lead.
Action to Stillman, though.
I'm all in.
He's pushing all of his chips, 377,000 in on deuces.
Kessler put in nearly 200,000 before the flop, so he's in deep, and the flop hit him good.
Well, you know, you can't live forever in this tournament. I call.
Love that attitude.
Oh my God, ace 10, you call that much of a favor?
Stillman hates that attitude.
No. Guy called 130,000 more before the flop with ace 10 off. Nice call. Nice call.
Kessler handled that well. Stillman out of line.
We need a deuce.
Absolutely you do.
Deuce!
You need a deuce and you need remedial school on how to act at a table.
Turn card 8, gutter ball for Stillman.
Stillman down to perhaps his last card.
I don't want to look.
He's going to need a deuce.
See you later, nice guy. I'll see you later.
He's going to need binoculars to see it, I think.
Well, he can keep walking out of here for all I care.
And it's a 10. That's it for Stillman. He's gone.
Good for Michael Kessler.
Kessler wins a nice pot and eliminates Joe Stillman in 50th position.
Nice call.
Stick a cork in it. You made your play, he made his play. End of story.
Kessler much relieved.
And those are the kind of people that are going to win this tournament.
Back to the lanes for Stillman and his potty mouth. He's got the money to cover a lot of beer frames.
Oh, he's so bad.
The Toyota Points Video is brought to you by Toyota. Choose any direction as long as it's forward. Toyota, moving forward.
Here's a look at our Toyota Player of the Year standings. Everybody listed has been eliminated from the main event, leaving many in the field with a chance to crack the top 10, including John Juanda. But only a few have a chance to be the Toyota Player of the Year, including Farzad Banyadi, who won his 3rd bracelet this year. Min Lai has a 2nd place finish in the World Series, and Phil Ivey, who earned his 5th bracelet in the Pot Limit Omaha event.
For those of you just tuning in, we had 5,619 players. First place is $7.5 million. And I'll say it again, this is the last great American gold rush.
Raise.
Shawn Sheikhan, ace-5 of hearts, raises it up to 46,000. That's not even 3 times the big blind, which is at 20,000, Norman.
Very astute observation on your part. The medication kicking in.
Kessler makes the call with pocket 9s. Over to Tom Sartori, Jack 10 offsuit. Oh, he's going to come in the pot.
Well, if you had additional medication, you'd know he probably shouldn't come in the pot with that hand in that position.
Raymer with ace-king. Small raise to him.
There he goes.
And there's a wake-up call to the table. 250,000. Action on our Brooklyn firefighter, Patrick Hayden. Ladder 105, Prospect Heights, Brooklyn. He's got Jack 7.
I got the best pot odds I'll get now.
He's all in.
Good pot odds.
How much I got to call? His amount or his amount?
These are a lot of hands for him to beat.
You guys happy now?
Are you?
No. You guys knocked me out of this pot.
I wish you would have raised a little more and knocked me out of it.
If you got a bad hand, you probably shouldn't play it. That's why it comes over the top now, probably.
You said we have a bad hand.
A little tension in the neighborhood instigated by the Sheik. Come on, get along with your neighbors.
Shawn folded, as does Kessler. So Tori says, who says
Nice
I got a bad hand? Well, I do.
Bluff. It's not a bluff.
All right. I'm gonna get knocked out by anyone. Might as well be you, right?
Raymer's got the big advantage on Hayden. Hayden all in.
40, 95.
It's be good TV for me, though. If I get knocked out by the defending champs, not so bad.
I hope you have good TV then.
Raymer's ace-king leads to the Jack 7. And now the flop. It is 10-7 deuce. Hayden pairs his 7 and takes the lead.
This is better TV for the kid. You stay alive against the defending champion en route to winning the title yourself. There's the storyline.
Turn card is a queen. Hayden still leads, but Raymer with a little help.
The turn card always gives more outs.
Show me numbers.
Two pair for him.
Show me numbers. Yeah.
Two pair.
Raymer can still knock out Hayden with a jack on the river would make a straight, or an ace or a king.
And the river, it's an ace! Raymer wins it with aces.
Great tournament. All right, tournament. Okay, guys.
Good luck, Stillman was still around to watch. This is how you
Some great fans.
Good luck. Yeah, great, man. Congratulations to you,
Boy,
too.
Hayden just looks thrilled to have gotten this far, and he should be.
Thank you.
$174,000 for the fireman. Nice job. And Greg Raymer's odds-defying run continues here. Some say he might be luckier than most, but don't be fooled. This guy is a player.
It's a lot like last year. I mean, I'm really happy with my game. I'm very, very happy with the decisions I'm making. I'm playing my best, and things have been going my way. All right, are we ready to play?
He's an amazing tournament poker player. There's no doubt about it. He does so many things right in these poker tournaments. That's what makes him tough to beat.
I pegged myself at about 1,500 to 1 against winning this tournament. With this many players, you've got to either get lucky or at least avoid being unlucky for a whole week. And maybe now it's about 40 to 1. So it's still a long shot for me to win.
Only poker's legends have won back-to-back events. Names like Moss, Brunson, Chan, and Unger. And now there is one question on everybody's mind.
Raymer go back-to-back, you think?
Absolutely impossible.
If I win this tournament, I could play like a donkey for the next 20 years and I'd still be considered one of the greatest players ever. I'm going to be overrated. People are going to be calling me the greatest ever, and that's just not the case. You can clap. If I win this again, of course, I'll be very proud. But in terms of my personal opinion of myself as a poker player, it's going to be basically the same whether I go broke in 2 hands today or whether I go on to win this tournament.
He is very methodical and steady. He keeps a spreadsheet on all his poker played with dates, casinos, hours played, limits, and so on.
The last woman left in this main event has joined our featured table, Tiffany Williamson, born in the U.S., lives in London. And Phan, who was our chip leader at the beginning of the day. He no longer is, but he still has over 2 million chips. The average chip stack in the room, about 1.2 million. Shawn Sheikhan has about 2.5 million, and he's got pocket aces again.
Well, you can make 2.5 million grow even more with pocket aces.
100,000 from Sheikhan. Kessler, Sartori say, see ya. Tiffany Williamson, King Jack of Hearts.
Like Tom Sartori, Tiffany got into poker last year after watching it a lot on ESPN. She really liked the announcers, particularly the color commentary.
He's a handsome fella.
250.
Williamson with King Jack of Hearts is going to re-raise 250,000 now. Raymer says, see ya. Shawn Sheikhan now.
I'm all in.
With aces.
How much?
I got over 2 million.
He's got her covered. This would put Tiffany Williamson all in.
And she wants to play. She's made a lot of calls this week that better players would not make. That's the nature of the tournament. You don't always have to be right. You just have to get lucky.
Well, she's going to think about it.
Yeah, she's got a lot of chips to want to go all in with King Jack suited, to tell you the truth.
I did this 2 days ago. I doubled up with this hand. Unless you got aces, which I don't think you have. I don't think you have aces.
Oops.
So,
Lon, send a courier down to the table and please let her know he has aces. Boy, she is taking a long time.
you push all in to get me off. Get me off this hand.
She is an attorney by trade, so she is being very analytical about it.
This is grueling.
Any player at the table actually can call a clock on her. She then has 70 seconds to act on her hand.
Where's she going?
Yo, I object to that. Hold on, I object. Yo, you can't do that, lady.
Well, he could have been a little more polite about it. She is a lady.
No worries.
Well, while Tiffany continues to think about it, we're going to go out into the field field, we've got a player who's all in. It's 23-year-old Adam Friedman. All his chips in the pot with ace-queen against Daniel Bergstdorf holding ace-king.
One of the 2 hands I didn't want to get eliminated on this whole tournament.
Friedman's a 3-1 dog going to the flop. Bergstdorf pairs his king and all but seals the deal.
We've seen Friedman emotionally distraught a couple of times. I don't know if poker is his best career choice. He's going to need running cards now to stay alive in this main event.
Turn card is an 8, and that does close the door on Adam Friedman. Bergstdorf wins it. Friedman goes out 43rd, wins over $235,000. Now let's get back to our featured table. Tiffany Williamson still has not made her decision. Extra pressure being put on her. She's now on the clock.
2 players have been knocked out during the sand.
And Lon just refinanced his second mortgage. Congratulations.
If she calls, it would be for all of her chips.
It's not the nuts, but I don't think you have the nuts either.
If I were at the table, I'd explain to her what the lifespan of an average American male is, and maybe she would hurry up a bit. We all have someplace else to be eventually.
Take a chance.
I'm going to give you a countdown starting at 10. At the end of 10, your hand will be forfeited.
The clock has been put on Tiffany Williamson.
She'll have 10 seconds to make a decision.
7, 6, 5, 4.
What is the verdict, counselor?
Damn it.
Hand is dead. Shawn Sheikhan wins it.
Damn it. Can I see it at least?
Not this one. I wouldn't show it to her. You take that long, you've got to pay to see it.
Tiffany Williamson frustrated by her play, maybe, and Shawn Sheikhan.
Well, she took her time, but she made the right decision.
Shawn and Tiffany size each other up. No love lost there. Welcome back inside the Rio. The field has shrunk to just 41 players left in the main event. One of our chip leaders at the start of the day, Steve Danenman, still collecting chips, still wearing the same shirt. Another one of our chip leaders, though, is on the ropes. Farzad Banyadi all in with ace-king. He wanted to double up, but he found trouble in the pocket aces of Tex Barch. Barch's wife, Jana, aching for a closer view. Security says, no, you got to back up. Let him play. Banyadi was third in chips at the beginning of the day. He might lose it all right here. Now the flop. Banyadi gets some help pairing his king.
That's a start, but he's going to have to get another king. Barch from McKinney, Texas is still in good shape to knock out Farzad.
Turn card. 6 of clubs, not what Farzad needed.
Banyadi down to possibly his last card. He will need a king and a king only on the river or his main event is over.
And it is a 7, useless to Banyadi, who has been eliminated. Wow, one of our chip leaders is gone. Tex Barch now over 4 million chips. And there is Tex's mom, Anita, very proud of her son. He's had a very poor World Series up until the main event, but right now he is among our chip leaders. Back now to the featured table where Tiffany Williamson is trying to put that lengthy showdown with the Sheik behind her.
So, Tiffany, are you having as much fun as you thought you'd have?
I'm loving it. Having a great time.
Isn't this great?
It's a lot of fun. How about you?
The time of my life.
Last year, Tiffany was watching this tournament on TV. Now she's here at the featured table. How's that for reality TV?
Being in the final 60, that gives me a lot more pride than just being the last woman. I think I've been very fortunate to get this far.
I'm all right, man. I'm all right.
I guess everybody dreams about it from the first time you sit down and watch and you think, wow, it'd be great to win a bracelet and get your name up there with all the great players. When I started out, I had that dream, but I didn't really think it would be a reality. I was telling my friend, I've been floating since day one. All these great players around you, the people you see on TV, it's just amazing. Phil Ivey touched me on my arm. Then the master shook my hand. These people you watch on TV, you say, I want to do just like they do, and this has been great. The way I look at it, everybody gets 2 cards. Play your cards and you'll be all right.
Yes!
She's taken those 2 cards and been all right time and again here. She's trying to become only the second woman ever to make the main event final table. Barbara Enright did it in 1995.
Action now on Tom Sartori on the Milwaukee's Best Light Pocket Cam. Pocket 7s. The blinds at 15 and 30,000, and he raises 3 times the big blind to 90,000. Tiffany Williamson, ace-jack offsuit.
Re-raise.
Announces a re-raise.
Re-raise, 200,000.
It's 200,000 more to Raymer. With pocket kings. No fooling around for the world champion.
Wow. Sartori raised, Tiffany came over the top of him, and now Raymer comes over the top of both of them, pushing Sartori out.
How much?
1.3 million exactly.
Could you count it, please?
Could you get a time on her, please?
20.
I haven't even, he hasn't even counted it.
I already told you how much you got, honey.
You can't get a time on it. I haven't even got the count of this sound.
This is an after effect of Tiffany's marathon fold. Shawn was unhappy with her, and now he's just being petty. If she calls, it pushes Raymer all in.
1.3?
Yes.
Altogether?
Yes. Altogether, I only have 1.3.
That is a lot of chips to call with ace-jack offsuit. It's most of her chip stack.
What a story this would be.
Which way?
A huge moment for Greg Raymer.
I think you raise all in, raise, re-raise. I call.
Tiffany Williamson makes the call. This is the degree all-in moment. Defending world champion Greg Raymer will be out of here if he loses this hand.
And this room is abuzz. Fossilman knows he's at risk. You can see it in his face. His reign as world champion is just an ace away from ending.
Raymer with the advantage going to the flop. The flop is deuce 6-6. Raymer keeps his lead.
Fossilman survives the flop. He's in good shape, needing to avoid an ace.
It's a 4 of clubs, harmless to Fossilman.
You still see the tension in Greg Raymer's face. 3 aces left in the deck, could knock him out.
A small prayer before the river. It's a 9. Raymer survives. He earns the degree check mark. And he is still in it.
And they weren't ready to see the champ go yet.
Tiffany Williamson has not endeared herself to this table with her lengthy decisions. And now she just handed Raymer 1.3 million more chips. Raymer suffered through a tough day yesterday, but he's back on track, a champion with lots of ammunition.
The All-In Moment is brought to you by New Degree for Men. For men who take risks, it won't let you down.
Inside the Rio, and Andrew Black is quite upset about an incident that occurred at his table. Apparently, Bing Wang was confused about the length of a break. He's not returned yet, and Andrew asked the table to play slowly until Bing returned, but they said no.
So there's some confusion, but the players often return late. Unless Bing Wang has been abducted by aliens, I'm not sure why Andrew Black has reacted like this. Hey, I like Bing Wang as much as the next guy, but if he's not here, he's not here.
Andrew's done some charity work, and he's trying to do a good deed here. We move over to another outer table where Steve Marks is all in against Phil Ivey. Marks with an ace-10 against Ivey's king-queen. Marks with the advantage going to the flop. Flop is 9-10-4. Marks got a pair of 10s.
Ivey, the one in the baseball cap turned forward, has picked up a straight draw.
And now the turn card. Oh, Ivey pairs his queen, and he's got the lead.
And that sends Stephen Marks 1 foot out the door. Marks will need an ace or a 10 on the river, or it's over for him.
Now the river, perhaps the last for Steve Marks. It's a 9, and Marks comes up short. He's eliminated in 35th place. Phil Ivey adds to his chip stack.
It's been fun. It's been fun.
Those are some loyal Ivey fans.
Always have a front row seat, too. Steve Marks, the 35th place finisher here in the 2005 main event. Phil Ivey rolling on here. This tournament brings out the best in him. And look who's back. Bing Wang has returned to the main event.
No worse for the wear.
Don't know where he was, but he's happy to be back.
All right.
Andrew Black is still worse for the wear.
Hey!
Andrew had implored the table to slow play until Bing Wang got back, but he was
The good thing
rebuffed.
about it, it's got to 35 now.
Wang is oblivious to Andrew Black's concern.
I might have got buzzed to 37.
This is a card room, Lon. There should be no profanity and no crying. It's like we've stumbled into a very special Oprah.
Well, nerves are frayed after so many hours of play here in the Poker Pavilion as we swing back to our featured table, where our suddenly healthier Greg Raymer mucks his cards. Phan folds over to Shawn Sheikhan, also known as the Sheik. Pocket queens.
Boy, he's getting good cards today. Sheik, by the way, has made 2 World Series final tables.
Raises it to 160,000 on Tiffany Williamson. Ace-7 offsuit.
Tiffany thinking deep thoughts again about her hand.
The fact that Shawn's in the hand might play a role in her decision.
I'm all in.
She's going all in.
She just said I'm all in. I call.
Shawn's right behind her.
Oh, jeez.
Here we go again.
Ay caramba. Tiffany keeps pushing a lot of her chips in all in with marginal hands. She loves taking chances. Those chances are going to catch up to her sooner or later. She's all in behind again.
And now on the flank, Tiffany gets an ace.
Hold the phone.
Oh, man, living on the edge.
She takes the lead with a pair of aces, and boy, that really hurts for the Sheik.
Tiffany almost afraid to watch this turn card. It's a jack. The Sheik's got a straight draw now.
Yeah, the Sheik now can make a straight with a king. He can still knock her out with a king or a queen. Tiffany will watch her river fate on the big screen above.
It's a jack, and Tiffany Williamson doubles up, making a lot of chips from Sheikhan, her arch nemesis here.
Nice hand.
Tough hand for the Sheik. Tiffany living large.
She's gutsy. Yep. I told her yesterday she was my hero, and she still is.
A little bit on tilt, but bring it back down.
Yeah.
Her emotions almost got the best of her that time, but now she's close to 2 million chips again.
The World Series of Poker presented by Milwaukee's Best Light. The main event.
I tried.
Bing Wang came back late, got a cup of coffee, and now eliminated.
Andrew Black gave his heart and soul to the cause of the missing Bing Wang, and Wang gave him nary a nod. Ah, the inhumanity of it all.
Back to the featured table, the blinds at 15 and 30,000. Joining our table, Joseph Hachem, 1 cash in this year's World Series.
Welcome to the jungle.
Well, if this is the jungle, as Tim Phan says, the king of the jungle remains Raymer. I would have lost a lot of money betting he would not still be here. It's just incredible what he's done.
It is amazing. Shawn Sheikhan on a mission to get his chips back. King Jack of spades is going to raise it up to 115,000. And pocket aces for the Aussie.
Guy wants to walk right into the jungle.
Hashem's got the new base chip worth 50,000.
I'm gonna rise.
He wants to jump right into the jungle.
Tim Phan, obviously a Guns N' Roses fan.
Plus 300.
Oh, I thought that was the Ray Khan of singers.
It's a raise to 415,000 total to Carlo Lopez.
No, not the ending.
Ace, queen offsuit.
And I don't understand what he's doing. He's put a chip on top of his card to protect him like he's going to play, but he stood up.
Ooh, it's a tough fold for him.
But a good fold.
Kessler gets out behind him. Now a big raise over to Shawn Sheikhan.
Hachem, the new kid on the block. And over there to the left, the man in the black hat. I've given him the black hat because of the way he is treating Tiffany.
Hachem forces Shawn Sheikhan to fold.
And a good fold from the Sheik.
So a big bet on aces from Joseph Hachem. Clears out the rest of the table, and he takes the pot. So Hachem trying to flex his muscle here in that jungle of a featured table. Meanwhile, out in the field, we catch up again with Bernard Lee, trying to draw some inspiration from his loved ones, pictures of his kids he carries around with him. It's worked for him so far in the main event. God! He folds his cards there, and he does struggle with each and every decision at the table, but those all pale in comparison to the one that almost kept him from being here at all.
1 week before the tournament, my wife had surgery. She had a 9-centimeter benign tumor on her ovary. I went to the ER, and in my mind, I wasn't coming to this tournament. My whole family was very, very upset that I was leaving my wife. But my wife, who's the person that mattered in the situation, said, "You go live your dream." I just talked to her this morning. She's fine. So, thanks to her. I wouldn't be here right now. I kiss the photos before every round. I'll kiss my son, my daughter, my wife, right before every single round. I've gone heads up a couple times for my tournament life. I have my sunglasses on, I'm staring straight ahead, but I'm really looking down at my kids. And I have this inner peace because I look at my kids. So that's why I have it out there all the time. I look at my wife and just smile and say, my life is great. Even if I get cracked, my life is still pretty good.
This main event is a pressure cooker. How could you not find yourself in a better place looking at those kids?
Or you could just call the massage girl over.
That too. Back now at our featured table, the final 27 players from this session will move to Binion's for the last couple of days of action. Name our world champion and the winner of the $7.5 million. Joseph Hachem. Wait a minute. Is this an instant replay? Pocket aces again?
Back-to-back hands? What, does he phone ahead for these cards?
Gotta raise it. 110,000. Pocket queens for Carlo Lopez.
I had 1,800 hours.
I raise. Raise.
He's gonna raise it up. Hachem loves to hear that.
All in.
Over $1 million chips. Lopez is gonna put in the pot. He can't stand the pressure.
It's poker. I have to call.
You call?
I have to call.
Hachem, of course, makes the call with aces. Oh, Lopez is distraught.
And you hear from Hashem's Aussie-based gallery there.
Lopez all in to the flop. Deuce, 6-4, all spades, but Hachem is the ace of spades.
Spades is all right. Spades is all right. Put a spade down. We want a spade, don't we?
Well, Lopez does not want a spade. As you mentioned, Hashem's got him covered with the higher spade.
It's a 7 of hearts. Lopez one card closer to elimination. Hachem doesn't want to look.
Lopez will be looking for a queen on the river, or he will be wamboozled.
It's a 3! Hachem wins the hand. Lopez is gone. What a start at this feature table for Joseph Hachem.
Those guys cleared customs.
Wow. Carlo Lopez put over $1 million chips in the pot with queen. That's heartbreaking. He's been eliminated, and Hachem picks up a lot of chips. Welcome to the jungle, indeed.
The 2005 World Series of Poker is presented by Milwaukee's Best Light, brewed for a man's taste, Miller Brewing Company, and in part by New Degree for Men. With twice the protection you need, it won't let you down. And Harrah's Entertainment, home of the world's richest poker tournament.
Back inside the Rio, John Juanda will not crack the top 10 on the Toyota Player of the Year leaderboard, going out in 31st place here to win $274,000.
All right, show me the money. We can do that.
John Juanda has been able to say that 6 times at this year's World Series. A nice run this year. Back at our featured table, Hachem says, where are my aces?
Someone explain to me again how Raymer could beat 2,500 people last year and now outlast nearly 5,600 people this year. It's inconceivable.
What a player he is. Raymer calls the big blind with 6-5 of diamonds. Puts on the glasses. Action to Radu Bhutan. Queen 6 of spades and a small blind.
And Bhutan, who can get in for half price, does just that.
Shawn Sheikhan. Queen 5 offsuit.
He's in the big blind and costs him no more money to see a flop.
3 players now to the flop. It is 8 Jack Deuce. Bhutan now with 4 spades takes the lead.
But he checks.
He's got the queen high as well. Sheikhan checks. Raymer check to the turn. Raymer now picks up a straight draw and a diamond draw with a 7 of diamonds. Couple of checks.
And Raymer looks like he wants to just try to pick up the pot right here.
He bets.
All in.
And Bhutan comes back over the top with an all-in raise.
Bhutan with queen high and the flush draw. Fossil Man, though, has picked up a straight flush draw, so he's thinking about it.
I call.
Wow.
And Raymer does call. Bhutan now will be all in.
He got the best of it. I got queen high.
Look at this.
With queen high, Bhutan does have the advantage.
I got queen high.
Raymer trying to pick up a lot of chips here on a two-way draw.
I should have just bet you all in and then you fold.
All right.
That was a funny one.
Raymer with a chance to collect a lot of chips right here.
Come on, Queen High. Come on. Deuce.
This is Bhutan's birthday. You shouldn't be knocked out on your birthday, but Raymer could do it with a 4, 9, or diamond.
It is a diamond. Raymer gets runner.
You got the best of it. You played really great today.
Bhutan on his 28th birthday. 30th place for Radu Bhutan. And Greg Raymer's run continues. The 2005 main event looks a lot like 2004. So we say goodbye to the Rio, where over 5,600 players came with dreams of poker glory.
It's always that shit.
The highs were thrilling. Yes! And the lows absolutely devastating. And now the amazing journey continues for a very elite group of players.
Almost there.
Going to Binions.
Some of them are the best players in the world, some the most fortunate, but it matters not to the cards because they all have a chance at the ultimate prize in poker.
Sorry, kids. I love you to death, but Daddy's not coming home tomorrow.
Binions beckons the final 27.